forget about hook points. You've got to make a story worth watching for all of those 45-50 minutes.
It's not easy at all. I don't know myself. I know my characters better.
Better.
I know my characters. Seriously, I know my characters better. If I knew myself, मैं तो भगवान नहीं हो जाता. मुझे पता ही नहीं चलता यार. वो बहुत सारी चीजें मैं करता हूँ जो inconsistent रहता है. And if the characters being pulled in very different directions, then all the more interesting. Yeah. So
I've been typecast, I think.
You did what I have been trying to stop since the last 2.5 seasons.
समझ गया मैं. I sincerely believe that I'm typecast. Sometimes when he goes for his walk,
but not like
the entire project is a different thing. Otherwise, yeah.
but not about surrendering. Never.
Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Well, today I have the special crew of Special Ops Season 2 finally joining me only on India Today. Firstly, a huge welcome, all of you. Neeraj sir, I want to ask you, because from there to now, the way we are looking at national security is also changing, because now today, like everyone says, that the biggest threat is actually data. And that is exactly what we are dealing with when it comes to cyber security and AI, right? इतना broad subject है ये, मतलब उसमें how do you sort of like, this is the extent till which I want to show what the con of this entire thing could be, because अगर आप चाहें तो आपको हद नहीं है इस चीज को लेके, तो वो हद आप कहाँ पे, where do you draw that boundary?
आपको वो हद तो बहुत पहले पहचाननी पड़ेगी ना. जब आप लिखने बैठते हैं, when you sit down to write, तो आपको कहानी का एक स्टार्ट, मिडिल और एंड तो तय करना ही पड़ता है ना. तो ये हद जो है वो शुरू में ही जो है एक सीमा जो है उसकी तय की जाती है. और फिर चूंकि ये कैरेक्टर्स जो हैं आप जानते हैं, इनको पहले से जानते हैं, 2 सीजन 1.5 सीजन से आप जानते हैं इन कैरेक्टर्स को, तो आपको पता है कि ये एक टाइम ड्रिवन, टाइम एंड स्पेस ड्रिवन कहानी बनेगी आपकी. तो इन दिस केस सीजन 2 जो है वो एक हफ्ते भर की कहानी है. एवरी एपिसोड इज 1 day of the week.
Okay.
So the 7 episodes are named after the 7 days of the week.
Oh wow.
और वो क्या हो रहा है उस रोज, वो 45 मिनट 50 मिनट में जो है वो कहानी बोली गई है.
Okay, what I mean, before I come to the actors, is it because when you're writing a series, every episode needs to have a hook point wherein the person, I mean, as a viewer, I want to go to the next, right? Is that engaging point, writing that, especially in a series like this, and when you are just sort of like showing those 7 days or 6 days, is it difficult for you or is it challenging at all?
No, not at all. I mean, you ultimately have to forget about hook points. You've got to make a story worth watching for all of those 45-50 minutes that you are making. Today's audience is not just waiting कि हाँ आप कहानी के end में जो है आप hook दे देंगे तो वो
True.
They are willing to switch off inside of 2 minutes, inside of 3 minutes. That's the drop off that we are talking about. So you cannot be just bothered with the hook point. You've got to work tirelessly towards the whole duration of the content and make it as engaging as possible.
Absolutely, and I think that is one thing that has remained constant with your subjects.
Thank you.
It's engaging and to the point, and we love it. KK sir, I feel like Himmat Singh has such a silent energy to him in the way like he's expressing, but it's also so silent. I know you are a master when it comes to that, but when you came to second season, I want to know, is there something about Himmat Singh as a character that surprised you as an actor, that oh, I did not know this about Himmat Singh, but well, it's good, it's surprising.
1.5 did surprise me because the backstory did. There was a thing when Saroj opens the door at the end of the episode, and I said, oh, so this is the backstory. So for me, that relationship thing really did come as something very, very new. But then it became very interesting for us to perform, including Gautami, me and the kid. So that was really surprising. Apart from that, of course, the cyber world is something that I'm not very aware of. But when I read the second episode, it was very complex and very neatly woven, you know. So that requires some skill. It is not easy at all. I mean, so being a part of it, and each one of us have grown, you know, over the period of time in terms of playing those characters. So it was great fun, it was great fun. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but is there something about Himmat Singh that you discovered perhaps this time? Not about KK, because you know yourself, but as a character.
I don't know myself. I know my characters better.
Better.
I know my characters. Seriously, I know my characters better. If I knew myself, मैं तो भगवान नहीं हो जाता. मेरे को पता ही नहीं चलता यार. वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं करता हूँ जो inconsistent रहता है.
But has the definition, before I come to Vinay, so has the definition of challenge evolved for you now? Because what was challenging perhaps 5 years back might not be as challenging today for you as an actor.
It's never been challenging as far as this profession goes of acting. As we've said this earlier also, that for me things are either interesting or uninteresting.
Okay.
So I don't really look at it as challenge. The more complex it is, the more interesting it becomes. And if the character is being pulled in very different directions, then all the more interesting. Yeah. So.
But for you now, Vinay sir, like
No, it's challenging for me. Yeah.
No, I was not asking that.
The question might be.
No, I was just asking because I feel like Abbas's character is perhaps the most grounded character in ways in this entire universe, because he's more close to reality than any one of us, right? When you're playing him, is that a conscious effort that you're making? Because it is easy to get carried away in a script like this where everything else seems like, I cannot identify so much with him, but maybe with Abbas's moral compass I can. You know?
I think I've been typecast, I've been thinking about it so much. And you know, time and again, and I
disagree.
Now that you've just opened this Pandora box, I realize that I've been fooled, I've been typecast, I think.
I disagree.
You did what I have been
What
trying
you
to
will
stop since the
avoid.
last 2.5 seasons.
समझ गया मैं. I sincerely believe that I'm typecast.
I disagree, but okay. No, but genuinely I want to ask you, is that a conscious effort to make him, or that's the approach you had, that okay, this is a person that everyone needs to relate to at the end of the day?
Yeah, I would be lying if I say yes, I made so many efforts to make him so believable. I think the credit goes to him for what he writes every time for the character. More than what I can imagine him to do or be. And I think because he thinks mostly in terms of action, because his writing is such, that he thinks in active verb, which is so fantastic for an actor. Do you understand what I'm saying? कि मतलब शायद मेरा कोई डायलॉग है नहीं, मैं उधर से निकल के आके ये सुन रहा हूँ, ये मुझे दूसरी तरफ गाली दे रहे हैं और मैं बस इसको बंद करके फिर उधर चला जाता हूँ. ये इन्होंने लिखा है और उसमें मतलब कितनी बातें हैं, there's so much in that just one shot, and he has written everything. So that's what I'm saying. He's made my job uberly easier and exciting. Easier doesn't mean that there is no thrill to it. And I think majority of the credit that I would like to otherwise take in his absence, I have to bestow it upon him.
I'll close my eyes.
Yeah, that's the reality, and the tail and head of it.
Yeah, but what kind of discussions then you have with Neeraj? Because he seems to be one of those directors who is collaborative.
That's the image he has maintained very
is he not?
successfully, yes. I mean, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but
is he not? We can spill the
no.
beans here.
He's very, very exciting and accommodating, and
he talks a lot.
and sometimes when he goes for his walk, yeah.
But can I ask you, because we have not seen the season so far, but I want to know what are the kind of questions that you asked him this time around which were not perhaps sometimes maybe answers to which you did not have before, because you've lived with the character for years now.
See, I honestly speaking, I try not to ask questions that tends directly to the script, because he would ask me, "Kyun padha nahi tha kya?" You know what I'm saying? Because all the answers are there.
Yeah.
So I try and ask कि मतलब खाना खाए कि नहीं ठीक से, breakfast में क्या खाए थे, कब पहुँचे आप दिल्ली, ऐसा कुछ सवाल करके we try and kill time, because you don't know what he would make you do. Even in things that is so clear, I'll give you a small example. I had hurt my knee in the last season, so I'm like limping most of the time, and somehow he has made it seem like I'm not limping at all. In such an action-packed series where there is a limping actor, it doesn't look limping at all. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't put me to task. The very first shot he's putting up, one trolley shot, इसके बाद कह रहे हैं कि इधर से यहाँ से भागना है और यहाँ से ऐसे दौड़ के आना है और मैं उनकी शक्ल देख रहा हूँ कि आपको बताया नहीं इन लोगों ने कि मैं लंगड़ा रहा हूँ. And of course he is giggling inside.
Yeah.
And but then that also it became fun because earlier I would you know Himmat Singh will come and I'll run to him like Himmat sir वहाँ पे वो लोग खड़े हैं. Now I'll be looking that side and Himmat Singh come running and say क्या हुआ अरे राम sir वो उधर है because I'm just pivoting you know pivot left pivot right because that's what I'm saying and you don't think that it is because I have an injury. So that's what I'm saying.
It's seamless.
Even an adverse situation like this had been made into so much excitement, you know, by not just his writing but his shot taking and everything.
That's the expertise I think that
Correct.
you come with. Then.
Bas.
Is it easy to surrender when you know that Neeraj sir is behind the camera then, or is it difficult for you, or is it the same approach you have for every project?
Sir, madam, it's very difficult to not surrender.
Exactly.
Okay, because if you don't surrender, you asking for trouble for yourself, and if there is a director who takes that into account, अच्छा surrender ही नहीं कर रहा, ये मजाल है, मतलब कनीज की ये मजाल, तो I think majority of times that whatever we have worked in or as, I think surrendering is the best way forward.
But I mean, KK sir, because is again, do you want to answer that? Do you also believe in just completely surrendering?
That's the only way I know.
Okay. Have you ever regretted it though? Because I'm sure there are projects where you might be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Completely at least.
No. I have not regretted it much. No.
You might regret about a certain project,
But not like
The entire project is a different thing. Otherwise, yeah.
but not about surrendering. Never.
But Neeraj sir, when you have such competent actors on set, of course it becomes a lot more easier for you to give directions, right? But something that they brought to Himmat and Abbas this time around, which surprised you also as a director, maybe something that was not written on paper, but they brought in because they also know the character now, and you were like, okay, we should probably, you know, go ahead with this. Something
Not
spontaneous?
probably. I think most of the time when you're working with good actors, the idea is that you know, you have to look forward to their interpretation of it. So it could be, and it would be foolish not to, you know, let them go all out at whatever that they're doing and all that. So I mean, if you have the best in the business around you, you better make use of them.
Absolutely.
So and now it's a privilege because with franchises, what happens is that you know who's going to play the part, right?
Yeah.
So while you're writing it, and that started happening from 1.5 onwards. Now, when you are writing it, you know that okay, KK is going to be saying this, or Vinay is going to be doing this. So you tend to, you know, make advantage of that fact.
Absolutely.
And it's a very good process then.
Even today, are there moments where they surprise you as actors because you might feel like you've seen everything?
Absolutely. Otherwise, I mean, see, they're smart enough to know
when to do it.
Yeah, and how to do it.
Yeah.
And because they're not complacent by nature, they're always learning, and we all are learning.
Yeah,
and we are clear to admit that that process will never stop till the time that you're working in this profession.
Since the first season to now, the scenario in the industry has also changed. I remember last time जब फर्स्ट सीजन आया था तब हम ये बात कर रहे थे कि अब फाइनली एक्टर्स को ड्यू मिल रहा है, एक्टर्स जो मतलब अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं, वी आर स्टीयरिंग अवे फ्रॉम स्टार इमेज एंड रियली गिविंग ड्यू टू द एक्टर्स हु कैन एक्ट, मतलब वो एक था. अब आई थिंक अगेन कुछ we are somewhere in the middle as actors. Do you also see that? Because I feel like again एक दौर change हो रहा है and we don't know where we are as an industry right now. We are struggling in ways, at least I think that as an audience.
And then what makes you think that I would know where I am?
No, in the sense that
When you don't know where you are.
But I am on the other side of this entire thing that is
We're all
happening.
in the same journey, my
आप
friend.
इंडस्ट्री के अंदर हो अभी, आपको ज्यादा पता है क्या हो रहा है क्या
ये
नहीं
भ्रम
हो
है.
रहा है.
It's the biggest illusion you deal with every day.
Nobody knows nothing in this business. Yeah.
But we all have a theory.
Yeah.
What's your current theory then?
My current theory is कि theory में मत फंसो. It's all conspiracy theory. मतलब इसी में आप रह जाएंगे. आप मतलब सुबह, दोपहर, शाम के अपने भोजन का उसकी चिंता करें. मेरा आज का प्रोटीन हो गया है, इन्होंने इतना पनीर खिलवाया आज लंच में, मैं क्या बताऊं.
But Kay Kay, so do you see that changing as well, or do you think that this?
I have no idea.
You're not interested.
I have no idea. I mean, seriously, I have no idea.
What kind of projects more are you looking ahead to be a part of there?
Something as
Exciting.
it can't be, but at least somewhere close by. Yes.
Okay. For you?
Excitement is the big ingredient for us to. कि हम कहें कि नहीं, हमें चाहिए कि मैं अगली बार में मैं अकबर का रोल करूँगा. मेरी उम्र भी हो गई है थोड़ी अकबर वाली, तो अगर वो बंदा सलीम करे ना तो मैं अकबर. ये तो मतलब इसकी तो हद ही नहीं है ना इस तरह के सपने देखने की. तो यही है कि एक अच्छी कहानी लिखने वाले कोई मिल जाए और हमें कुछ काम दे दे तो अच्छी बात है.
काम तो बहुत आ रहे होंगे.
बहुत है काम.
हाँ.
मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि काम की कमी है,
हाँ.
बल्कि मेरा मानना है काम इतना ज्यादा है, एक्टर ही कम है. We don't have enough actors.
Okay. I kind of disagree, but okay.
Well, it's a theory that I could actually do bahas on for hours. It's a proven theory for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should do this out off camera.
Yeah. Next
But
year.
but Neeraj ji, do you also have the script ready for the next? Because I know this is going to be a hit and you know it. So
No, I don't know it.
नहीं, मैं बता रही हूँ आपको.
Thank you so much.
But have you started working?
No,
on
not
the next?
as yet.
But there are plans.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole idea of doing a franchisee. That we'll be looking forward to the next season. But as of now, it's just two.
Okay, perfect. On that note, thank you so much,
Thank you
all
so
of you.
much.
I
Thank you.
hope and I wish all the very best for the
Thank you so
season.
much. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.